What's up? Ryan K here with Refer.io, and I'm here to empower you in your job search. Look, today we're going to talk about overcoming the feelings of being powerless when it comes to finding a better job, when it comes to getting that interview, landing that job of your dreams, or progressing along the path to your dream job or your dream career. Now, before we jump in, this is probably the first video you've seen, so make sure you subscribe to this channel so you stay updated, like it, share it, all that good stuff. Now, look, if you feel, if you ever felt that the economy, the job market, your own circumstances, your boss were kind of conspiring against you to kind of hold you back from getting that job. Maybe you've applied to hundreds of jobs and you hear nothing back. Maybe you've gone on tens or even 20 or 30 interviews and yet you don't get that job offer. Maybe all you hear about is negativity about layoffs and the bad economy and that there's just not a lot of chance or hope for your future. And these external factors, they might feel like they're controlling or holding you back from the job you want, from the career you want, from all those kind of things. So number one, you're not alone. This is our default human nature. This is the law of the average that kind of holds us back. Generally speaking, it's easier to find a group of people that will throw a pity party for you when you're complaining about feeling powerless than there are people who will support you when you take back that power and make statements about how you're going to take action and take control over your goals and getting to the things you're trying to accomplish. Honestly, I bet at times you felt like things are completely out of your hands, and it's a terrible feeling. It is not helpful at all. But what if there was a way to regain control over these situations? Now, I'm not just talking about the power manifestation, that if you just hope and think about it the right way, that everything will work out easily and things will just show up out of thin air. That's not what I'm talking about. But specifically, we're going to talk today about the power of the paradigm, or the lens that you view the world through. This paradigm is all about shifting your focus from external obstacles to internal actions and solutions. This is from a book called The Obstacle is the Way. It's about Stoic philosophy, but really it comes down to these three core points. Number one is that the way you view the world, whether you view the world as full of opportunities or whether you view the world as full of obstacles, well, that's what you're going to see. You see, the things you're looking for, you see more of. And if you're looking for obstacles and reasons or things that are holding you back, you're going to see more and more of them. It's kind of the idea of, you may see a Cybertruck is a good example. And once you see the first one, you start looking for it and you start seeing more of them. And as you see more of them, does it mean that you're manifesting more Cybertrucks in the world? Of course not. But what it means is that your mind is paying attention to it. You see, that perspective, the what you're looking for, you see more of, is extremely true when it comes to things that are holding you back. As we look for more evidence that we're not in control, we will find more proof that things are trying to hold us back. And heaven forbid we talk about it, we're going to find a whole lot of people that will love to have a pity party about, or an anger party, or get out the pitchforks and torches to fight, to protest, to talk about how we're being held back. And I'm not saying that those things aren't real, that those situations aren't out there, that there are not things that are completely holding us back. But the biggest and most important part about those things is understanding that you can't really do anything about them. Focusing on them and growing them into a big scary monster that consumes you is not going to get you closer to your goal, no matter how much you talk about it, no matter how much you stew about it, no matter how much you think about it, it's not going to lead you towards your goal at all. And so that perspective, you might call it a positive outlook. I tend to call it a little bit more pragmatic outlook. The idea of, yes, bad things will happen, but I'm going to focus on the good. That doesn't mean the cup is always half full. Sometimes the cup is dumped over by our neighbor and drained onto the floor. But it's about looking for, hey, maybe this is a blessing. How can I actually turn the tables towards the positive, towards a better opportunity? Not that's going to be easy, but that is there waiting for us if we'll focus on it. You see, in the same way that our perspective, our paradigm, when we're focusing on the negative, when we focus on the positive, on the opportunities, surprisingly enough, you can walk outside and in 5 minutes run into somebody that has an opportunity for you. It might not be the perfect opportunity. It might not be the best opportunity, but I guarantee it will be an opportunity. And so that's our very first part. What are we pointed towards? The challenges and things holding us back, the negative, or the opportunities that are out there that we can take control over. Now, that brings us to the two core strengths. We'll call them our left arm and our right arm. Most of us are right-handed, so we'll go with our dominant arm versus our weak arm because we all have one, right? Our weak arm is the things that are out of our control. Those powers that are out there against us, economic downturns, layoffs by employers, changes in economic situations, AI coming for our jobs. Those are all things that are out of our control. You can't stop them. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be aware of them. It just means two core things. Number one, don't focus on just the negative. Realize that every curse also has in it a blessing. Every obstacle has in it a grain of opportunity. Number two is that when you talk about those things that are out of your control, you have to finish the sentence with, and so I did X. That brings us back to our power, to our strength arm, to our power arm of saying, look, this bad thing's out there. This situation is out of my control. It's external. It's outside of me. But what I do have control over is how I react to it and the actions I take that lead me away from it, that lead me in a different direction, that lead me through that minefield to where I want to go. And that right there are our two options in every situation, in every single day. We have no power over a whole bunch of stuff. What we do have power over is how we react to those situations, how we view them, how we identify the opportunity or the opportunity hidden in it, and then what actions we take that lead us towards them. There's a great Stoic saying that says, "May fortune find me active and prepared." That prepared, I saw the bad situation, but I identified the opportunity in it and what I should do to react to it, and then active. I'm actively engaged and in momentum going towards the goal, focused on the actions I can take, focused on the things I can do. AI is a perfect example. It's coming for your jobs. Oh my gosh, freak out. Let's get the pitchforks and torches and let's get the government to stop AI. Well, that's never going to happen, and it's outside of our control. But what we can recognize is that inside of that worry, that fear, that power coming towards us is an opportunity of, well, what if I learned how to use ChatGPT? What if I became an expert in generative AI? What if I became the office expert, the smartest person in the room about how to use it? Well, that's an opportunity we can take advantage of. And so what actions am I going to take? Well, instead of scrolling Facebook, I'm going to watch a video. Instead of engaging in conversation about the negative, I'm going to join a Facebook group and hear other people's ideas of how they're implementing it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to do things to level up my power of the things that I am in control. Now, this series, this thing we're talking about, following this is going to be a whole series of videos that you'll be able to watch about different powers when it comes to being a job seeker or different powers in your career. It's very much about recognizing that there are things out of our control, that there are challenges and obstacles and problems and economic difficulties that are out there. I'm not in any way saying those things don't exist. But what I am saying is buried in each one of them is a nugget, no matter how small it is, of an opportunity. And if we recognize that opportunity, if we react accordingly, and if we then take action to build momentum towards our goals, instead of running into or spending our time focusing on the negative, we look for those opportunities, we will build up power and strength. Most importantly, we will be empowered. We will feel more confident. We will show up in more confident ways, in more situations, with a more positive outlook, and it will lead us to fortune, to more opportunities. That doesn't mean you're going to get rich overnight. It doesn't mean you're going to make $1 million or anything like that, but it will lead you to more fortunate outcomes than less fortunate outcomes. And that right there is the core concept of power and paradigm, the power of having the right paradigm and then acting on that paradigm by focusing less on the negative, less on the fear, identifying inside of it the things we can control, the opportunities, the little nuggets, judging or adjusting our reaction to it, and most importantly, identifying the path we are going to follow where we will have more power. So take a minute right here and remember, this is personal power. You've got to claim it. You've got to learn to use it. You've got to grow your skills and not give it away. This is not some random thing that you get blessed with, although some of us start in better situations than others. All of our job is to grow our personal powers and learn to use them along the way. If you enjoyed this video, remember, like and subscribe so that you get more career powers, more job seeker powers in the future. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.